How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do something a little different than what we usually do on Mondays. We're going to go through something a little bit more fun, and that's not totally recent at the moment. We are going to be doing our lineup predictions for not this upcoming season for the Canucks, but the next season for the Canucks. We're going to be doing 26-27, which means I have to do a little bit of predictions. Now, let's hop right into it. I got Puckpedia open. I'm going to be using Puckpedia for this. It's very easy to use. Cat friendly would be a little easier. I got for YouTube setup 26-27. I'm gonna press the Canucks. I'm not gonna post this, so I'm not gonna worry about comments and stuff like that in the description. But yeah, right now that's about it. Let's create this team, and we'll look at the Canucks roster. So at the moment, these are the picks that the Canucks would have. 15 out of 23 spots currently in the lineup. This is the lineup at the moment. Now, I'm going to make some quick lineup changes at this moment. Tyler Myers is going to move down, and Tom Wallander will move up. These are the two. I've already done this. I did a kind of like little run through to start. This is the defense I kind of had set up. Now, there's one more thing for the defense. It's very easy to move video up. It's Victor Mancini. Now, I think he'll get 1 year. 850 is the lowest. I put $1 million last time, maybe 975. Depending on the year he has. 1 year at 975 for Victor Mancini. And he sits there at the bottom spot here for our defenseman. And Wallander will move up. I think Wallander will be ready for this spot. Not this upcoming season, but the next season. And then Tyler Myers will move down. And then if anything, that's your swap. I don't think Myers would really be traded. He probably wants to stay at Canucks. So, if anything, Myers goes to the press box 1 game. So, Victor Mancini will have down there. We'll have DPD on the left side because we will not be bringing back Derek Forbert. Let's go through some unsigned prospects, and I will give them some contracts. So, Safonov, 85000. That's a contract I'll give out. Aiden Celebrity as well. I will give a contract to. I think if he has a good year, Wilson Bjork could earn himself a contract. And Romani probably earns himself a contract. I guess they would be 3 seasons for Romani. Who else did I do that would be 3 seasons? Let's see. Aiden Celebrity. Can I edit the contract? Yeah, just make it 3 years. For Aiden Celebrity, because it'd be his rookie deal. I'm not sure if Safonov will get it, but I think you could do 2. So I'll do 2 for Safonov. Move him down here. Who else? Wilson Bjork. That would be 3 seasons at probably minimum. He would earn himself a contract, but he wouldn't be down there. And Romani would be the same thing. That one's 3 years already. That's perfect. Okay. Forwards are the same because that's fine. All these guys will not be. The only person I will move up here is Archdeep Bains. And the person who will replace Archdeep Bains in the lineup will be Josh Bloom, who I'm going to give a year at minimum to play in the AHL for a season. So if we go up, grab Bloom. He'll go in that first line role. Bjork would be down there in the 4th. Let's see, who else? Chase Stillman would be a guy I would give a contract to. I would not have him for 1 year and give up on him, but he would probably stay in the A, maybe here. Leckermacky gets called up. Move Stillman, move all these guys. And then, is there any other AHL players that I'm looking at here? Klimovich. That's who. He definitely gets him in for 2 seasons probably. Give him a shot, have him still on contract so you can move him if you have to. And then, yeah, he would move up to probably first line there. Mueller, Coots, move Coots up. Mueller, Safonov. There's one more. There's one more AHL guy. And I just want to figure out this AHL stuff first. Kratsov, Carlson, Ahmad, Wu. Nope, I don't see anyone. Unless it's Sensonen. But what does he play? Defenseman. I don't think it's Sensonen who I'm thinking of. All right, next is these last little bit. So we're almost on these on the restricted free agent front. We got Linus Karlsson, who I'm going to be giving maybe depending on the year he has, maybe 1 for 1. Jet Wu will also kind of same with Breezebois, Canuck for life. Niels Oman, I'm actually going to give 925 to. And I'm going to do this 950 for Sasson. So maybe I change Karlsson's contract a little bit here. So Wu can move down. Wu would probably be first year. And then we can move Jimmy Schultz over there. Amon, Sasson, and Karlsson can stay up. I don't have anyone in the press box. I'm going to move Baines down. The first trade, alright, I think we're good on everything else. Yep, these are the two I don't want to. They can go to unrestricted free agency. This is fine. And then these guys we can leave unsigned at this moment. So that's completely fine. In terms of trades, there's two guys I'm going to drag out of this lineup. I'm going to move to the press box, and that is Niels Hoglander and Jerome Connor. Those are the two we're going to save for trades. Defensively, we are good. We can move Victor Mancini to press box 3. Well, let's see here. Now this lineup looks pretty bare. We're going to move Jake DeBrusk up. We're going to move Brock Besser down. Filipino's going to move down to the third line. And Lekermaki's going to move up, and Connor Garland's going to move there. So this is how I have the line set up at this moment. I didn't make a heel. So who else is here? I'm just trying to figure this out. I think Oman is there for that. Yeah. Alright. UFAs. If we go to UFAs, we go to all, then we go to the Vancouver Canucks. We'll have all our UFAs. I think Alcos gets a contract. Gotta be mid for Alcos. I'm gonna leave Coons, I think is how you say it, Coons. We're gonna give Patterson a contract for 1 year. Derek Forbert and Evander Kane we're gonna leave. Another league mid contract for Gil Breezebois. Seems like that will be what it is. Teddy Blueger I'm gonna leave for now. And then Kiefer Sherwood, I'm gonna do $3 million for 5 seasons. 5 years, $3 million. And I know a lot of people are like, that could backfire, but with the cap going up, it does seem like pretty safe of a move to have Sherwood there. And that's where he would play. I think Karlsson would play here. Sasson kind of replaces. I think that's how I had it. No, this is how I had it. Riley Patterson can move down, and he is that last center there. That works out perfect. Archdeep Baines and Niels Oman. I think those are my press box guys. So we can move them into the press box here. Move Mancini back down. So Niels Hoglander, Jerome Connor. We can move Gil Breezebois down. We can move Alcos down. In terms of defense, I think we're done. I think we're done on the UFA front. In terms of our UFAs that we're like bringing back, I think Teddy Blueger we're gonna let go. Derek Forbert we're gonna let go. Evander Kane we're gonna let go, and Joe LeBate and Jackson Coons we're gonna let go here. I mean, you could bring back Coons. I mean, like 15 points, 36 games. I mean, he might be good for the AHL, but our AHL seems pretty set here. How many 19-year-olds are in here, actually? 20, 21. So it's just Brandon Coots so far. Just gotta make sure. Medvedev wouldn't be the AHL goaltender. So yeah, that is all good. Alright, now we can get to the big stuff here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a trade. Let's do the trades. First trade partner is going to be San Jose. Now, this could be any team. I really think this is going to be a bit of a cap dump. but also because players can replace him. We're going to take Drew O'Connor. I know 1 year left on the deal. It makes it a little safer to where we can get a 4th round pick for him, I think. Now, I'm not sure San Jose does this deal. You can replace San Jose with pretty much any other team, but we're also going to be giving up a 7th round pick for the next season. So they're at least getting a pick back. That's the trade I'm going to make. Submit the trade. The second trade I'm going to make, we're going to find the trading partners. I'm going to go to the Florida Panthers. And they're going to be giving us their 4th round pick for Chicago and a 6th round pick from them. And we're going to be giving them Niels Hoglander. The reason we're doing this is open up a little bit more cap space. Because now if you look at our cap space, $16 million in cap. And we add a 4th, a 6th, and a 4th. So we add some depth picks. We add a 4th round pick for, I think, 2 4th round picks for 2026 draft. And the 2027 draft, we add a 6th. And you could replace those picks with the year after the 2027 if you really want to. But I feel like these moves could be made in the offseason pretty easily. So now we have $16 million of cap space to go work. And we have 2 spots in the lineup to fill. I feel like the lineup is pretty set. Baines, Ahmad, let me just move them so the press box is 1, 2, 3. Those would be your scratches, right? So you move Baines in here at the left. You move Ahmad here at the center. And you move Mancini to the right side here. Now you have 2 holes to fill in your roster. Now, I know exactly who I'm going to go for, and I know a lot of it might be a little controversial. But if the Vancouver Canucks have a good year, these 2 trades in the offseason probably won't affect the team too much because I feel like Sasson could replace O'Connor's speed, and he's younger, develops into it. You could keep him for a little longer. You can even throw an extension at him. Ratu at center replaces Teddy Bluger at this point. Filipino. If Ratu develops, you could even do that. Trade Filipino, maybe keep Teddy Bluger. But at this moment, that's how I like it. I know a lot of people will probably want Legermacki a little higher in the lineup, like here. I wouldn't mind that. I just have a certain guy that I want to go for. Thatcher Demko, Kevin Lankinen. These top 4 is pretty set with these 2 as the bottom pair. It's really solid. Linus Karlsson moves in here as your kind of Dakota Joshua replacement, really. Now Evander Kane's kind of in and out of the lineup here. So we got rid of Vasily Podkolzin for nothing at this point. But if I go to UFAs, the first one I'm going to go to is, if I sort by points, is Alex Tuch. Now, I'm going to be giving him 6.5 for 5 seasons. Now, do I think that we will get Alex Tuch at all? No, but I think this is a good player to put on that top right wing side. And you can even move him down to play second line center if you absolutely have to. But for now, I'm going to have Alex Tuch up here on the right side. That'll pay him till he's 35, but this is a win-now team. And the reason this is more of a win-now team is because if we go down here, the second player I'm going to go reach for. Now, this is all hypothetical. This is best-case scenario for me. Martin Necas. We're going to give him $9 million. For 7 seasons. Remember, for 7 seasons. Remember, this CBA hasn't fully kicked in at this point. 7 years is still the free agent max. So, 7 years for Martin Necas at $9 million. It keeps us at over $1 million in cap space. And we have this lineup filled up, and we had 2 big additions. We lose Niels Hoglander, we lose Drew O'Connor. We add some low picks. It just stocks up our draft pile in the middle rounds a little bit. We're not really missing too much of a high pick. This is only really the second. The third, maybe you could say, that's more of a mid-round pick. We add a big player in Martin Necas. We add a big player in Alex Tuch. So now you got Jake DeBrusk, Elias Pettersson, Alex Tuch, Brock Besser, Martin Necas, Connor Garland, Linus Karlsson, Filipino, Jonathan Legermacki, Kiefer Sherwood, Atu Ratu, Max Sasson. I understand not overpaying players like Kiefer Sherwood who are going to play on the 4th line, but at this point, the cap's going to go up yet again next season. Our cap projections are at $35 million. We can afford to take on a $3 million contract, and it won't handicap us. Kevin Lankkinen's no movement clause will be gone after this season, so if we do have to make a move, Kevin Lankinen would be that money that opens up. Tyler Myers' contract opens up. Filipino's contract opens up. I know a lot of players we have to re-sign, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here in the forward core, and only 3 in the defense core. That's pretty solid with your depth guys you have to re-sign. The Canucks would be in a very good spot if this is the best case scenario. Could happen. But there's one last thing. If I go to contract, not add to trade. If I go to trade, just get rid of Quinn Hughes. I pressed the wrong button. Scroll down. We're 23 out of 23, which is perfect. No LTIR money. And we're also still paying, I think, we're still paying the dead cap. But see how it doesn't really affect us too much. And then, yeah, so this season, projected cap hit is 102. The last thing we have to do is Quinn Hughes, contract options. Now, it's going to be probably the most controversial part. 8 seasons. This is before the 7 years hits for the CBA, and it's going to be 14 mil. Give Hughes a blank check. Let him sign it. That's what I would say. So, he's on year 6 of 6 of his $7.850 million contract. But now the only defenseman you really have to worry about is DP. Tyler Myers will probably retire after the end of the season. And then Victor Mancini could replace him in that lineup if you really want to. Right? It kind of gives Mancini that, okay, you could play like in this state for one more season at 24, then you really move into the lineup. Or you could go find someone. Cap is going up. And if you go to cap projections for next season, it's still $21 million in cap space. So this team is set up pretty good, even though they did make some big moves. Kiefer Sherwood, I would add to that. Alex Tuck and Martin Aegis. This is best case scenario. But yeah, and our AHL system is filled out with, is completely filled out. You can sign maybe Dervin and Lansing, like one of those forwards, and put them down there, sign some AHL guys. But the NHL is really what we're concerned about. Tom Mollander will definitely move into the top 4 at 21 years old, maybe 22. This might be the state for one more season. Willander moves up. I keep saying Willander. Then Mancini moves up there as well. But for this moment, this is what it would look like. So Jake DeBrusk, Elias Pettersson, Alex Tuck, Besser, Natchez, Garland, Carlson, Hedel, Leckermacki, Sherwood, Radtube, Sasson, with Hughes, Hronek, Pettersson, Willander, DP, and Myers with Demko and Lankinen as your goaltending. This is a pretty solid team. Now, if Lankinen does waive his contract, you could absolutely do that. Trade him to a team that you could get positive assets for, and you have a little bit more cap space to play with to go to UFAs. But at the same time, what are you going to go look for if you trade a guy like Kevin Lankinen when the team's at this state? Going to go look for a backup goaltender, so might as well keep Kevin Lankinen for one more season. This is, if the best case scenario happens for the Vancouver Canucks, this is amazing. But do I think this is going to happen? Absolutely not. I am crazy for predicting this, but I just wanted to have fun with a little video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Check the 2 videos up here. The video on your right is the video from Friday. The video on your left is the video from Monday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe's right down there.